Hi friends, it's Mr. Jamie here, and today we're going to do another STEAM experiment, and this one is going to be called the Capillary Water Rainbow. Let's get started. For today's experiment, it's actually pretty easy in terms of the material that you need. What we're going to do, you need 7 clear cups. They could be glass or plastic. Plastic might be a little bit safer. We need 1 big cup of water, so I'm going to use this measuring cup to pour the water into the smaller cups here. We'll need some paper towels, so I have some folded ready to go, but I'll show you one of them as an example of what we do with it. And you're going to need some food coloring. So I actually have 3 colors today. We have yellow, blue, and red. And if you guys remember, these are all primary colors. So red, blue, and yellow are all primary colors. We're actually going to use these to mix up a little bit, so we'll kind of talk about that when it's done. So today's experiment is based off of capillaries. So a capillary is the act of water moving, a liquid moving up a solid. Now it can do that in a couple different ways. It can go up it through a tube, kind of like a straw, when you use a straw to drink your drink, or it can go up a series of really small tubes. And what we're going to do today, we're going to kind of use a paper towel as a bunch of small tubes. Because if you think about it, this is a bunch of pieces of paper all pushed or pieces of wood all pushed together. So there's little gaps in there. So those are going to kind of be like a little network of really small tubes for us in the paper towel. So capillary, again, it's the act of a liquid moving up a solid. Now that's done with 2 different ways. There's cohesion and adhesion. So cohesion is the act of a substance sticking to itself. So if you think of the water molecules in here, they're all kind of stuck together. Water really likes to stick together. So all the water molecules, they stick together really close, and that's what makes it a liquid. And then adhesion is the action of sticking to something else. So what we're going to have here is the water, cohesively it is stuck together. It's actually going to stick to the paper towel and move up that a bit. So the water, cohesion together, adhesion with the paper towel. And that's what's going to get the water to move around a bit. So let's get started. First things we're going to do, we're going to fill up 4 of the cups with water. So we're going to fill up cup number 1, cup number 3, cup number 5, and cup number 7. So again, we've got 7 cups. We're going to fill up 4 of them. The 3 kind of in the middle, they're not going to have any water. So now we've got our water cups. Let's add some food coloring in a little bit. I'm going to put red in cup number 1. And I'm going to do 10 drops in there. Then I'm going to do yellow in cup number 3. And I'm going to do about 15 drops in here, a little bit more. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We use a little bit more of the yellow because yellow is such a light color that sometimes it's hard to see. So a little bit more will be good. I'm going to take blue. I'm going to put it in cup number 5. We'll do about 10 drops there. There we go. And then we're actually going to do red on this other side too to help out with our rainbow a bit. So let's come down here and we're going to do a little bit more red. Now, I got a little spoon over here, so we'll put the food coloring up here that we just used. I've got a little spoon. We're just going to give each one a little stir just to make sure the color got in there. I'll start with red because it's the lightest, or yellow I mean, because it's the lightest. Then we'll go stir up a little bit of red. Now I'm going to stir up the blue and make sure all of the water got nice and colored. Okay. Now I'm going to move these a little bit just to show you guys how I fold the paper towel. So you're going to want a couple paper towels, and you'll rip them off kind of like this, and we're going to fold it hamburger style. So fold it into a square. Then we're going to fold it in half again. So that's 2 folds, and we're going to fold 1 more time. So it's kind of nice and skinny like that. And then what we're going to do, we're going to bend it in half, kind of make a little V out of it. You get a nice little bend in there. So now we've got a little V. Now, let's put our cups back here. So now we've got them all lined up nice. So we're actually gonna make a rainbow here, and you're gonna notice a little fun thing. With red and yellow, we might make a green here, or an orange, I should say. With yellow and blue, hopefully we'll end up with some green in this cup, and with some blue and red, hopefully we'll end up with some purple or some violet here in this cup. So let's see how it works. So let's take the V that we just made, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put it in between cups 1 and 2. And let's get you guys a little bit closer look here. So as you can see, the napkin is already soaking up some of that red. See how it's turning nice and red from that water? Let's try to do the same thing. So here in between cups number 2 and 3, I'm going to put another paper towel V in here, and let's get a good view at that. So as you can see, the water is moving up the paper towel. See how it's turning more yellow? That is adhesion. So that is the water moving up the paper towel. Now it's bringing the other water with it because of cohesion. Remember? Cohesion is water sticking to water, something that sticks to itself. Let's take another peek at the red over here. Okay, so that one, it's actually pretty wet. It's already at the top of the V, and it's going to start making its way around here in a minute. And yellow's almost at the top of the V too. So let's step back and let's get some other cups ready. Let's put one in between 3 and 4 here. So we're going to put another V, and that's going to be in the yellow cup and then an empty cup in the middle. And as it gets wet, the napkins will start to fold a little bit. So if you see that hanging over the top, that's going to be okay. Now we're going to put one right in here between cups 4 and 5. So that's going to get a little blue going. And let's see, we can watch how fast the blue goes up. It's actually pretty quick. You can see, sometimes you can see the paper towel get a little moist before the color comes up. So that's some of the water going up first. And then you can see the colored water start to follow it a little bit. Now let's take a peek back over here. So our yellow in cup 2, it's already made it over the top. Red's getting close. It's kind of at the top and making the corner there. Let's go ahead and get our final cups started here. So between cups 5 and 6, we'll put one in the blue and one in the empty cup there. And then we'll come over here to cups 6 and 7, and we're going to put one in the red and one in the empty cup there. So let's step back a little bit here. So we've got it all set up, and now, it's going to take a little bit of waiting time. So we're going to want to wait a little bit, but, again, we'll kind of go check on it. We got the red making it up there. Blue is actually looking pretty good on both sides right now. Yellow seems to be one of the quickest. I might have had a little bit more water in that cup. And this red down here, this one's kind of going slow. So what I'm going to do, friends, we're going to let this sit for a little while, and then we'll check it out and see what happens. So we'll be right back. Okay, friends, we've let this sit for a while, and now we're going to come check out our capillary water rainbow. So as you can see, all the colors seem to have mixed pretty well, but let's take a little bit closer look here. So remember, we had our red here in cup 1, and we had our yellow here in cup 3. And when they both used the capillary, again, the cohesive and adhesive forces, they mixed in this middle cup. And now that's, it kind of looks orange. It's tough to tell because the red is very dark when it mixes with the yellow. But you can kind of see that it's a little bit lighter color than the red there. And you can also see the red cup and the yellow cup that started out full. This orange cup was empty to begin with. Now you can see that they're all the same level. So when the water moved, it moved so it was all equal. And we can actually kind of see that across the cups here. So let's take a look at the green one. This one actually worked out really, really well. So we had yellow in cup 3. We had blue in cup 5. And remember, we had nothing here in cup 4. And you can see how the yellow moved up the one side and the blue moved up the other side. And it made a really nice green in there. And you can see the paper towels are really soaked. And now let's take a look at our purple. Now purple is kind of tough to tell
When you mix the blue and the red and just water, it kind of looks a little bit more brown. But if we look in here close, on the side of the blue paper towel here, you can see that actually looks a little bit purple in there. It's a little bit better to get a good view of it that way. And you can see, again, the red, it started in this cup. It moved all the way up the paper towel and then into there. So if we zoom back a little bit, just remember that some of these cups were empty, and they all look pretty level now. And there's our capillary rainbow. So I hope you enjoyed the STEAM lesson today, friends. We'll see you next time.